Hello and welcome to the Celebrity Almanac channel. My name's Ed Lewis and I'm the author and the creator of the Celebrity Almanac and the host of the Celebrity Almanac channel. Today, as you can see, we are going to do a movie review on One Flew Over the Cuckoo's Nest. Now here is a picture of a mayhem in a mental institution. Fortunately, in One Flew Over the Cuckoo's Nest, it wasn't quite this chaotic. But nonetheless, a lot of interesting things did happen on Cuckoo's Nest. It was a movie from 1975, and I want to mention a couple of the cast members that were prominent, primarily after the movie came out. It was their ticket to success. But somebody that was mainstream at the time was Jack Nicholson, and he played Patrick R.P. McMurphy. And just so you'll know, he feigned mental illness and ended up in this psychiatric hospital. And the reason he did that was he was trying to avoid hard labor in prison. So that's why he was in the movie in the mental institution. And everybody will recognize Louise Fletcher, Nurse Ratched. She was a dynamo and a scary person. And she had tight control over the ward where these mental patients were, until McMurphy showed up. And he became a challenge to her authority. So she was quite severe with Jack Nicholson. You might be interested that Chief, the big, large, tall Indian, was played by Will Sampson. And he pretended that he couldn't hear or talk. And there was a great scene where McMurphy taught him how to play basketball. And it really brings a smile to your face because all he did was stand over by the basketball goal and they would toss him the ball and he would drop it in the net. I believe they were playing the guards at the prison or at the mental institution. The two breakout people were Christopher Lloyd, and he played Max Tabor in the movie. Now, Christopher Lloyd, as you know, became famous for the movie Back to the Future as the eccentric scientist that figured out how to create a time machine. And Michael J. Fox was the star of Back to the Future. The other breakout star was Danny DeVito, and he played Martini. And, Danny then became a star on the television show Taxi. He did a number of movies with Michael Douglas, adventure movies. And he also, I have down here on my notes, he was the other star with Arnold Schwarzenegger in the movie Twins. So that's some of the lead folks in One Flew Over the Cuckoo's Nest. And the gist of the movie is that McMurphy comes in and he starts to upset the apple cart and make problems for Nurse Ratched. And I want to say that there's a little bit of a parallel from a movie that was 10 years before this movie was made, and that was Cool Hand Luke. In Cool Hand Luke, the inmates kind of fed off of Luke's, they were sort of vicariously watching Luke, but they didn't do anything themselves. And in this movie, the inmates, the patients, they follow McMurphy, but they're so afraid of Nurse Ratched that they'll only go so far. And so Jack Nicholson becomes a dynamic opposite of Nurse Ratched. And one of the things I want to point out about the film is that it's one of only 3 films that won all 5 Academy Award categories. And they won for Best Picture, Best Actor, Best Actress, Best Director, and they won for Best Adapted Screenplay. So One Flew Over the Cuckoo's Nest. I won't give away all of the details in the movie, but it does not end up well for Jack Nicholson. He probably should have gone to prison and done a little hard time, because in the end of this movie, you'll find out that Nurse Ratched pretty much wins the war, the tug of war between McMurphy and Nurse Ratched. So I highly recommend this movie. I give it 5 stars. After all, it won 5 of the major Academy Awards that year. And I also recommend that if you haven't seen Cool Hand Luke in a while, that you watch that. And I may do a movie review on that in the future because it deserves recognition. It was a great movie as well. So, One Flew Over the Cuckoo's Nest. The moral of the story is don't feign mental illness because it could come back to bite you, you know where. Highly recommend it. By the way, I still am looking for subscribers. You could do me a favor and subscribe, and also hit that like button and the notifications button as well. Stay tuned. I'm going to come back with some more interesting trivia on some celebrities that filled out data forms in my Celebrity Almanac. Thank you.